Okay, so Madison Hoofman just said she was here. Can everybody else just go ahead and text their name one more time? I apologize, to make sure that we get your attendance recorded. If you're on the phone call, if you're on a phone, sorry, go ahead. Who's on the phone?
Sorry, I'm on the phone. I can't text my name.
Okay, who's this?
Emily Wagner.
Okay, good. Thank you, Emily. All right, again, everybody's just either saying out loud if they're on the phone their name or putting it in the message box so that we make sure and get the attendance recorded. And Emily, can you go ahead and mute your line unless you need to talk? And you do that by clicking *6, and then you do *6 again to talk.
Okay.
Okay, I think we're all good to go. Thank you for logging into this Google Meet session for health services, the applied math portion of that program. This is the second week of online instruction that we are in since the pandemic. And I see that Zoe E, I'm not going to try to pronounce your last name, Zoe E, is joined. Good to see you. We just started, Zoe. And we are going to just give you a brief overview of what this week's assignments were. I'm going to ask any questions or answer any questions, and then I'm going to give you a brief look at what's going to be happening moving forward. So first off, I want to just present my screen to you and go over a little bit about what this week was about. And I will try to keep an eye on the message board as well. But if for some reason I'm not seeing the message board and your question is urgent, you can go ahead and audio me, but I will keep checking on the message boards as well. Okay. Okay, I'm going to be pre-presenting right now. Okay, all right, yeah, Lacey, I'll get to the test in a minute. All right, so the screen that you should be seeing shows the student view of Blackboard for the AM, but it should be the same for the PM. And what you have, week 2 is now shown up and been displayed. Week 1, we had some Khan Academy assignments I wanted you to do, get 100%, and then take a screenshot and post it. Okay, then we had a meeting last week. And we also had a question on the discussion board that you were to answer. And if you have any questions in general about the class or about an assignment that is just about the assignment, you can post them here. I respond to them so that everybody can look at them and I don't get so many emails. You do have an assessment question, discussion question on week 2. Okay, and I just wanted you to try to start thinking about medication a little bit, drug labels, and that's why I asked those questions that I did. Okay. Week 2, again, we have that discussion question, but then we also had some pictures from the book that I posted here. If you click on the blue links right here, it'll take you to the actual picture, okay, of Unit 9. And there wasn't a whole lot really for some of you maybe to learn in this section. It was more just a matter of, hey, can you read or know how to understand different ways that medicine is administered, as well as the drug labels? Can you just find the information that you need to find in those? Okay. There's a little bit of conversion, but not a whole lot. And so you were to go through and you were to do the practice problems. And I didn't have you do all of them. On the assignment in Blackboard, I told you specifically that you had to do the evens from practice 1 and then all the problems from 2, 3, and 4. And again, you take a picture of your work and you can just post it under here when you, after you take a picture or screenshot, browse your computer, attach that, and then click submit. Okay. And then you had that assessment question that I talked about, and this meeting now. And then finally, there's a Blackboard assessment. Okay. Now, just to kind of alleviate some of your concerns, I will go back through and adjust the tests, the test points. Okay. None of you are going to be penalized for getting anything wrong. And that's not just because I'm trying to, inflate grades or anything. It's just, I can't really penalize at this point because not everybody's able to even access the material. So basically, if you participate and you are trying, you will get all the points. That said, moving forward for next week, I'm not going to have individual points or points assigned to individual assignments. I'm just going to have a weekly participation points that you will get if you are participating and trying. You will get those points, and it can only help your grade. It cannot hurt your grade. Just hopefully that alleviates some of the anxiety. I don't want to completely stop instruction for various reasons, but for the most important reason is because this stuff is valuable for you to know. So I don't want you to be shortchanged out of this. And if you're able to access it and you have the means to do so, I want to provide that information to you. But I will not penalize your grade. Your grade can only go up from what it was at 3 quarters. At the 3rd quarter, it cannot go down. If you have specific questions about a particular problem, okay, you think you got right or wrong, I would take a screenshot of it and post it in the discussion board, and then I can address that there because other people might have that same question. So if you're going through after you've taken the test and you're like, I thought I got this right, take a screenshot of what you put in there, post it on the discussion board, and I'm not worried as much about people looking at that and cheating because, like I said, you can't really get anything wrong. So it's okay to take a screenshot of that test and post it on the discussion board, and then we can talk about it there. Okay. Does that? I hope that I'm going to pause for a minute to see if there's any questions. Go back and look. Okay, so about screenshot the Khan Academy. I will look at that, or I will do that for you here. Okay, so if I were to log into Khan Academy, now remember when you're logging into Khan Academy, you need to be logged into your Jeffco email first. That way you can just log into Khan Academy using your Google Jeffco account, which mine did automatically, but you might actually have a little spot here that says continue with Google. You click continue with Google. Now, if you can't see the assignments, it's because they were last week's assignments. Okay, it's fine. All you have to do is click past assignments. Okay. And then your assignment should pop up here. And if you got 100%, it should say 100% over here. Or if you watched it, it'll just have a little icon to show that you watched it. And now you can screenshot this. And if you pull it up a little bit, it'll include your name. So if you screenshot that with your name in it and post that to the assignment. Does that answer your question? All right, good. And yes, you can still send it to me. Yep, for sure. All right. Any other questions? You can type them in the chat box, or if you need to unmute your line if you're on the phone call, you can do *6. Okay. All right. So the as far as this week goes and the material itself, I'm going to pull up the pages of the book here just to give you some hints. Okay, when you're reading an IV bag, remember that it kind of goes backwards to what you might think of. Okay, if you're up here at the 0, that means it's completely full, right? You haven't infused anything into the patient. All right, so if it asks for how much of this is infused, okay, you're not saying that this one's kind of easy because it's in the middle, but you're not saying, you know, it's actually, no, it's not easy because you don't want to, yeah, you just want to be careful that you don't do you don't read it backwards like you're thinking. If let me go to a different one too that's a little more, I think there's one more down here. Hope there's one more. Yeah, there's not one more. Oh wait, here we go. Okay. All right, so on this one here, you're not going to read it as, hey, this isn't 2, this isn't that there's 2 left. Okay, there's actually 8 left because this has a total of 10. All right, a total of 10 units in this bag. So just make sure that you're reading the IV bag correctly. With syringes, it shows you the arrow where you want to read it. It's not at the very tip of the triangular part here, okay, but it's at the where the arrow's pointing is where you would read that. Okay, and I know the copy might be kind of bad. Just do your best there as far as what the answer is. Medicine cups we've already looked at a lot. You should be able to do okay with that one. Again, the copy is a little bit poor, but you can see how it's shaded all the way up to the top on this on problem 3. With the drug labels, sometimes the information isn't shown, so don't be surprised if it's not shown like it says, then write not shown. All right. Any questions over the homework that you'd like me to answer? Yes, so this week's assignment, all you'd have to do is, you know, do the evens on practice 1 and all the problems in the other one. You can do it on a separate sheet of paper showing as much work, you know, whatever you type in the calculator, which in this one, there's not a lot. So mostly it'll just be the answers. And then you will take a picture of that and upload it to the assignment right here. Browse my computer. And then don't forget you have a discussion board question as well. I want you to explain what an NSAID is, as well as write, hey, what someone were going to give you or wanted to borrow medication from you, how would you respond? Yeah. All right. I already told you about next week. I'm going to change the points up a little bit, where you're just going to get a weekly participation points. And I just wanted to make sure that you are not stressing out about this. Okay, this is not should not be a high stress thing for you. Those people that can access it and you know, are able to get to the information, I'm giving it to benefit you. Okay, you will not be penalized. Your grade can only go up from what it was at 3rd quarter. Okay. Any questions from this point? So Litany, what does it mean when I'm saying on the discussion questions, good, better, and best? I want you to do all 3 parts. That just comes from a philosophical talk, I guess, where, you know, there's different levels that you can reach in terms of your thinking and your questioning. If you're able to answer the good, you know, that's good. You can answer the good question, but it's better if you can think a little deeper. Basically, I'm just trying to get the question a little bit harder and a little bit cause you to think a little more on those latter parts. But you do want to answer all three of the parts. All right, I will check with Mariah after this call to make sure that she is able to access the recording, or meet with her later. Okay, same with Caitlin. Okay. All right, the recording of this will be available. I'll post it both on the AM and the PM. And that's all that I have for you this week. Oh, yes, the last thing I wanted to let you know is that next week, if you feel that it's beneficial for us to meet like this, we will continue to meet. I can also, just considering the participation level, we have pretty good participation, but it may be useful just for me to send instruction over Blackboard, or maybe just make a static video to send out to you. Go ahead and in your chat menu, go ahead and tell me what you prefer. Do you want to continue to meet on a face-to-face over the internet, or is it preferable just for you to work on Blackboard through me giving you instructions or linking to instructional videos? Okay, definitely a pretty strong preference to just doing Blackboard, not having Google Meets. That said, I also don't be concerned. You can still ask questions, and if I need to, I can meet one-on-one with you over Google Meet to help you with specific issues. All right. I think we're done. We can close up. I will post a recording of this on Health AM and PM. Those of you that just joined late, you can access that recording, or I can talk with you briefly after everyone else gets off here. So thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Hope you're staying healthy. All right, Caitlin, do you want to just view the video of the recording? That might
Yeah,
be.
I'll do that.
Okay. Do you have any specific questions though that you wanted to ask me?
No.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Thanks, Caitlin.
Thank you. Bye.